Far from the island, in a peaceful forest, a different scene unfolded. A gentle song could be heard as Perigune, her smile as bright as the spring goddess, picked fruit alongside young Athenian men and women. The sun cast a soft, warm glow upon them, yet, despite the serene setting, a deep, undeniable longing flickered in her eyes. She set down her basket of harvested fruit and gazed up at the sky. "Where is Theseus now?" she whispered, her voice carried away by the wind. Suddenly, the quiet sound of footsteps broke the tranquility. A woman in a black cape, Medea, emerged from the shadows. Her expression was cool, and a faint smirk played on her lips. "Are you still waiting for him, Perigune?" she asked. Perigune smiled warmly. "Of course. He told me I'll be back one day. Even though he's across the sea, I know he will return." Medea watched her for a moment, then let out a shallow laugh. "You believe in gods, but I don't believe in men. Theseus is destined to be a king, and a king doesn't look back on old loves. One day he will forget even your name." "That's all right," Perigune replied softly, her resolve unwavering. "If his fate is not by my side, I will love his fate nonetheless." Medea's composed expression faltered for a fraction of a second. A strange feeling stirred within her hardened heart. Can love truly be this pure? She wondered to herself. But just as quickly, she regained her composure. "Yes, miss, that is your faith." With a flick of her cape, she vanished back into the woods. Just then, Glaucus, the self-proclaimed king, still wearing his leafy crown, slowly approached Perigune. His steps were filled with royal majesty, but his eyes held a profound human loneliness. "Stop this futile wait, Perigune," he said, his voice softer than before. "Theseus will not leave Crete alive. The Minotaur is a monster no human can defeat." Perigune placed her fruit basket on the ground and looked directly at Glaucus, her eyes firm and unshakable. "No, he will come back alive. Theseus has never feared defeat. He will return, and he will take me back to Athens." Glaucus bowed his head for a moment before letting out a slow, lonely laugh. "I am the king of this island. If he somehow returns alive and sets foot here, I will judge him as a traitor and fight him myself." Hidden in the shadows nearby, Medea watched the exchange with a knowing smile. A legendary hero, a lonely king, and an unwavering love were all set on a collision course. And she would be there to witness it all. The palace at Naxos was shrouded in night. Theseus stood before King Minos, his gaze fixed on a distant island, his mind still echoing with Perigune's voice. Suddenly, a soft presence broke his reverie. It was Princess Ariadne. She watched him for a long moment before speaking, her voice low. "I can read the longing in your eyes. Who is it you wish to see?" Theseus paused, then turned from the window. "I was only thinking of tomorrow's battle, how to defeat the monster, and how to return to Athens." He then addressed King Minos directly. "Your Majesty, when can I face the Minotaur?" Minos rose, his voice booming with authority. Tomorrow morning, you will enter the labyrinth from the upper floor, where the ceiling is open to the sky. The monster will be waiting. If you win, the treaty that forces Athens to send tributes will be broken. But if you lose, Athens will continue to pay its price in blood. Theseus raised his spear and shield high. I will defeat the monster. Even here in Crete, the goddess Athena is with me. His bold declaration silenced the room. Ariadne felt a strange new emotion stir within her. His courage was captivating, and her neutrality began to crumble. Her sister Phaedra noticed Ariadne's transfixed gaze and felt a knot of anxiety. For she too harbored secret feelings for the Athenian prince. Watching from the shadows, the master craftsman Daedalus thought to himself that young prince, he might actually make it out of the labyrinth alive. Later that night, as moonlight bathed the palace gardens, Theseus was in his guest room when he sensed someone outside his door. He opened it to find Ariadne, the moonlight catching her headdress and casting a subtle bronze glow. "Princess of Crete, what brings you here at this hour?" he asked. "I desire peace more than war," she said. "I hope Athens and Crete will no longer shed each other's blood." But her eyes told a different story. It wasn't just peace that had brought her here. It was the man standing before her. Theseus offered a small smile. "I admit I once resented Crete, but meeting your brother Deucalion changed my mind. He was a true hero. If a man like him were to rule Crete, I would gladly make peace." He looked at her intently. "How can you help me?" Ariadne revealed a ball of thin thread, glimmering in the moonlight as if it were alive. "Even if you kill the monster, you can never escape the labyrinth on your own. Secure one end of this thread at the entrance. When you are ready to leave, simply follow it back. You won't get lost." Theseus looked at her, his voice sincere. "Thank you for your help, but is peace truly all you wish for?" Ariadne met his gaze, her silence speaking volumes. Her eyes shone with an unmistakable affection. Theseus caught his breath. "If I return from the labyrinth alive," he said softly, "I want to express my gratitude to you properly. Will you be here to greet me then?" Tears welled in Ariadne's eyes as she nodded. "I will wait here for you." A short while later, Ariadne brought Daedalus to Theseus's room. "I'm told you provided this thread of wisdom," Theseus said to the inventor. "Why are you helping me?" Daedalus smiled, a hint of sadness in his eyes. "I am an Athenian by birth, but your father, King Aegeus, exiled me. If you become king, perhaps you could grant my return to my homeland." Theseus nodded firmly. "I give you my word. When I am king, I will persuade my father to lift your exile." "Thank you," Daedalus replied. "In fact, I'm planning my own escape. If my son Icarus and I cannot leave by sea, we have found a way to fly into the sky." Theseus's eyes widened. "Fly, yes," Daedalus confirmed. "You will soon witness how humans can challenge the realm of the gods." After a brief silence, he pointed to Ariadne's headdress. "There is another key besides the thread. The princess's headdress." Theseus turned to Ariadne. confused. Daedalus explained the headdress is made of polished bronze. The labyrinth is open to the sky. When the morning sun hits the bronze, it will reflect light, illuminating the path of the thread for you to follow. Theseus looked at Ariadne with newfound admiration. So, you are planning to escape as well? Ariadne nodded, her smile as brilliant as the morning sun. Yes, Theseus. If you come back alive, I want to walk with you on the road back to Athens. Her fingertips gently brushed the back of his hand. In that brief, fleeting moment, the world seemed to stop. The wind, the rustling leaves, even time itself held its breath, suspended in the quiet promise of a shared future. Thanks for watching, and be sure to follow for the next part of the story.